Ghana and Nigeria soldiers as Tommy Benin. A drew says Coup as a deploy military ko baby and Chelsea as a my day and run pa and it's a report say Coup. Now President Bekasai, President is a Coup no Oma restore the Interior Minister Kabaku for no swakasa. Nintia omu ye Coup no. Na President Talon osheni dimi na Utimun say you don't know who to believe because answer na me bedana me who say Ghana and Nigeria Cote d'Ivoire soldiers ECOWAS a diploma so mun ko Benin then now the Nigerian Air Force trying to secure the country Benin. A very sad situation coming from Benin. Benin is one country and Ghana in many fronts. Me analysis because hey, wow, I didn't know this. It's one country in full, but in recent times, a better economy and no more cotton. How they are changing their narrative of cotton again and saying a woman can. It's a country and it was on the right trajectory. Suddenly, military say, "Oh my, kukuli da nakasa." President akasa. ECOWAS released this statement again. What is the backstory? Why are they doing the coup? Someone can with TV so the silent here, and I have placed some call to some analysts and on my information be. Now sometimes African presidents now who nyomba so much. Didn't na make us a message na the amount on the critical analyst and make sure so be subscriber more subscriber no click bell notification and the video be tuma ubehu na watimi ahwebi ubia you will certainly have a comment after watching because social Benin na Ghana pa. So you have a comment, so feel free and leave your comment too. We are now I call app and the Play Store app. We will find a pan rate. We also send this cabefia all the major meeting platforms. No, and on the rate. No, ebe man no what you see ebe boy now with the D ujuma. Now let's quickly go into social Benin. A country back one. It is not doing bad at all. Our president Ambe Canada Yayi Boni 2006 to 2016, and a current president friend Patrice Talon, were a businessman about 2016. And a term ebewu next year April but why are they be on the party no na akofa analysts believe say e ka ho na akofa oye ne ye de aba into won hwa me so about 2016 ebewu 2026 and e so mo term no e 5 years per term ukomienu pe enye Ghana de na 4 years per term a ukomienu 8 years no omo de no e 5 term 5 years per term to ukomienu a 10 years now mo the Ghana say because they also had their own fair share of military junta NSA neman Oshe history for example benya the military coup d'etat if I'm analyzing Benin can be classified largely into some 3 phases. They had the military share, right, and they have the democratic share in the beginning from 1991 my democratic state BBA because again the beginning from 1992 when it comes to the Fourth Republican dispensation and there's been relatively peaceful coexistence my BBA to aba BBNC but yet there is one I was shocked was because a country baby econo obi ani je ho in fact one country the analysts will tell you say Africa one of the fastest growing economies or fastest growing country the economy Benin. But now there was some little undertones being maybe on a man for President Talon and when it comes to those things. Lenua and Kofona Stormy Tesomu GTV as coolly the Sequoia Coup. Omo Kansem Kakra, Dain the CNTA, Omuye Kunitio.
Zé Béninois, chers compatriotes, en ce jour, dimanche 7 décembre 2025, nous, forces de défense et de sécurité, après une réflexion bien mûrie et pour donner un repère à notre pays, avons décidé de prendre nos responsabilités suite aux multiples dérives du gouvernement de M. Patrice Talon. Il s'agit de, sur le plan sécuritaire, la dégradation continue de la situation sécuritaire au nord du Bénin, l'ignorance et la négligence de la situation de nos frères d'armes tombés au front et surtout celle de leurs familles abandonnés à leur trésor par la politique de M. Patrice Talon, malgré les multiples promesses relayées en grande pompe sur les médias. Le comité militaire pour la refondation CMR a décidé 1. La constitution du novembre 2025 est suspendue. Toutes les institutions sont dissoutes. Les activités des partis politiques suspendues jusqu'à nouvel ordre. Les frontières terrestres, maritimes, aériennes du Bénin sont fermées jusqu'à nouvel ordre. La prise du pouvoir en ce moment traduit la ferme volonté du comité militaire de la refondation à mettre fin à l'exclusion de toutes les couches sociales de notre pays sans distinction aucune dans la suite de la transition et de restaurer la cohésion nationale. À la communauté internationale, le comité militaire de la refondation rassure que les engagements internationaux du Bénin ainsi que les droits humains seront respectés. Enfin, l'armée s'engage solennellement à donner au peuple béninois l'espoir d'une aube véritablement nouvelle où il règne la fraternité, la justice et le travail, symbole de notre unité nationale. Vive l'armée, vive la refondation de notre chère patrie, vive le Bénin, la République ou la mort, le peuple d'abord.
Yes, and to share me bomb because transcripts no e wo ha obetimi akan. Basically no kind security issues, economic issues near there. But you see, nema Benin Coup no e ya alarming no eni. Mali August 2020, any May 2021 coup esi wo. Tieniyo in the sub-region no. Chad April 2022, president no kra de ne papa ye coup no. Ne ba on so ba no no so mu ye coup editia no. Oko Guinea September 2021, 11 years Alpha Conde omutu no. Mama ya Damboya papa kakra kagramu ene koy. Sudan April 2020 October 2021 sorry coup esi ho. Burkina Faso e Ghana chire ye January and September 2022 eno ene di Ibrahim Traore e bae no. Niger July 2023 eno su coup esi ho. Gabon August 2023 coup esi ho. Madagascar October 2025 ya President Natouram Ghana ko France coup si ho. Guinea Bissau November ya no so magitumi. In 2025 alone, the last quarter, last 3 months of 2025, you had 3 coups. Madagascar, Guinea Bissau, and Benin. But Benin, the president say attempted coup. Or say anye. Let me quote exactly near Al Jazeera reporting say president naka president no episode say the Nigerian Air Force no SND the fighter jet Bura Benin emomutimi CZ number so mo Kenyan say group of military for na yes ade no omo ye nkofo ketua bi a they didn't have the resounding approval of the entire Nigerian Beninois military. It's Beninois military no so fight omo baka omaje some significant part of baby and number so musidi for them to effect the coup no. Again, the president and the interior minister person mo can say o kronim obi enche no a wati kronim President Patrice Talon not kronim a obi enche no. But you see nyama me yem hye me kakra because statement we na ba a bit earlier. Nyama me yem hye me kakra na say ohwe Benin the last successful coup munya na around 72 and omadidi the military ruler be rule ya na 91 on be democratic you know. But me koda na say the numero no president so kasi coup no oh anye successful ya attempted on be chichin crofo no be pan. In fact he said it but the French to me ba it will not really resonate with you. They no can say crofo no mkoye sa ade crofo na team so me boma no omuso mu a they would deal with them and punish them. He used those words. So they would deal with them and punish them. But to see ECOWAS letter because for ECOWAS to release a standby force ni ekosu kind of echo mogono release the soldiers any idea to Benin after the president in terms of becoming natural asem no and shedanye enkoda sa me we American analyst na catch on me remfie ma me can state say further to earlier statement on Republic of Benin, the ECOWAS Commission hereby informs the public that 1. Pursuant to the provision of relevant ECOWAS instruments, in particular Article 25E of the 1999 Protocol relating to the mechanism for conflict prevention, management, resolution, peacekeeping and security, and after consultation among the members of the Mediation and Security Council at the higher level of government, at the higher level of heads of state and government, the chair of ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Government has ordered the deployment of elements of ECOWAS standby force to the Republic of Benin with immediate effect. The phrase in EU, and to share a ni bresam so. And yasama ejokra enya sama ese edidi agro for ECOWAS to say they are releasing a standby force with immediate effect echo say ayade a serious ekoso ewo Benin. Second part no say the regional force shall be made of troops from the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Republic of Sierra Leone, Republic of Cote d'Ivoire, and the Republic of Ghana. The force that support the government and Republican Army of Benin to preserve constitutional order and the territorial integrity of the Republic of Benin. December 7, 2025. Released from Abuja, head of state commission Nigeria. So it is a very sad scene. But Benin map media to suya is a country a Ben Ghana Ghana, Togo, right? My right is in east, right? Cote d'Ivoire, west, north, Burkina Faso. Then we have the Gulf of Guinea. If we Togo, the next country I'll call Benin. Then you go to Nigeria. It's a country. It's even closer to Nigeria than the closest to Ghana. But you want some for Ghana because of our peace that we have. But me catch us analysts ne can be beach them. You could see Ghanaian man for catch them here. I want to see a day I drink coca lesson from that. November 25. You could see here. Benin me catch us say 5 terms no be echo. 5 terms normal kwa from 1991 ya boni echo 5 terms. In fact, Oshe Benin our president let me just get it for you quickly. Oshe the one our presidents now they normally give them the terms let me just get it for you. It was here. Yes. Ojo show our first president ma omo benya no na your friend just a bit of fanfare for Hugo Maga 1960 to 1963 as the Sevanos Olympians so Coup near the two no Togo. And the country woman on fair share of that, but from 1991 a democratic era no. On began Nesifru Sogro 1991 to 1996 so the 1 term pe. Omo benya Matthew Kiku on 1996 to 2006 so the 2 terms. Yaiboni edi 2006 to 2016 2 terms. Anna Patrice Tolo 2016 ko be April 2026. So Tusha the only president to call the president of the beginning the democratic era in 1991. Nenu and a party prepare by one accusation with soldier for no de bonechipa and say there's no room for opposition. Northern Benin security issues issue, especially in Africa. In most African countries, the northern part of most African countries, there's no peace. Nigeria, even Ghana and some share northern issues. Benyiri, Boko. Those issues are mostly, I don't know, when it comes to the north, there seem to be some tensions when it comes to most African countries. Boko Haram is starting from northern Nigeria, northern Cameroon, lot of issues. Sudan, the north side, lot of issues. Now, Papai, and then a party, and omokoye constitutional amendment, say 5 terms, and what they call 7. And you call Benin says can be the full term of 10 years and will be 14 years. Among for the undercurrent and started a conversation about coup near Kosovo Benin Kosono. Some have said it's an attempted coup, it means to say a coup in process. But what I can report is that we'll listen to the analysts of Nom Kasai and though ECOWAS had to come in, there seems to be a new coup. They can also describe it as successful. They are telling me that Eugene, we can also say that it's an attempted coup. Because president no mind him, the interior minister no mind him, say they don't think there's an imminent danger for them to run. Because most African coups they either run or they are captured. There's no information say a captured president. In fact, the president did a public address. He has not been captured. He did a public address. That tells you that they still have or they still believe they have control over the affairs of Benin. Yababon Pai say sa NC and the papa kunya dia so bia so in whatever term. Whether you believe in the government, you don't believe in the government. Power. If you're a student of history, you know Jabeda Bokassa, you know Idi Amin. Charlie, Africa, you're fucking leaders. You're a very silly bunch of leaders. Abacha. Intimidate when it comes to those things. I'm very, very hesitant to support these cool things. In African history, I never quite detour in power from achieving the full promise. I did develop accelerated development to improve the lives of our people. Coups and the papa. President Talon, opposition catch them when northern and Sako constitution anyway in Aban. We hope say BBNC no so more than enqua. Be free no na BBNC ECOWAS have a full control over there. Na ECOWAS no montana say almost 30 be say ya mon kan kire wom. Cote d'Ivoire sa mutini. Kenya Almost started thinking na mon ka bibi nchira na mon nche omo nche na mon nya sansanfo no because peace is the catalyst. Peace bibi obi enu wo de ne sika ba kwahye ba bia ntokwa ewo ho. Enkoso even in when you even pick Ghana, boku kan ho kakre na say the only bank na edma ADB schools in ko. You know, it derails development. So let's all make way for peace to happen. Na omre so na woko. You are not God. Omre so ko na obi nso emra. That is how democracy, because obi tina won oye na we ni bianka woma. So we must all learn the lessons from Benin. So this is basically what is happening in Benin. These are what my friends in Benin and some analysts I know are telling me. I'm not forgetting me a for Benin. Me a product of Yali. Be a product of Yali. So if you don't know what Yali is, you can Google it. And I have a lot of friends in most African countries by privilege of being a Yali alumni. But as I say, Oshebi, you certainly have a comment. Feel free and leave your comment in the comment section. We are not a subscriber. Most subscriber not click the bell notification. The video be here tomorrow. Ube no wait to me. Ashebi. That's it.